if you happen to have the P90X or the Body Beast workouts, one of the workouts, you will realize there is no specific place for Shakeology in there. And this perhaps is one of the most frequently asked questions. How do you account for Shakeology in terms of these two workouts? Body Beast does have some explanation, but when P90X came out, Shakeology was not invented by Beachbody. Shakeology came out in 2009 and P90X was way before that. So how do you account for Shakeology with having 70 plus ingredients in one place? How do we know what to account this for? So here's my explanation. To give you an idea, I'll provide you with the logic and tools. You can go ahead and do the math on your own. With P90X, there's a block system. I have explained this in another video. I don't really like the block system a lot. But if you're a person who's following the block system, protein is a no-brainer. It's one block. It's about anywhere between 17 to 18 grams of protein. That's about one block. So that's a no-brainer. The question is, what about carbohydrates? How do you account for carbs? And the answer to that is you have to look at the source. Now there are two ways you can divide P90X into. One, you could simply replace it with the protein bars. Just take a scoop of Shakeology, mix it with milk, or half a cup of milk, and you're good to go. You're about 220 calories, which is close to the P90X nutrition bar or the P90X protein bars. Now that could be replaced by a snack, one block of snack. But if you are looking at exact blocks and you're trying to make it as part of your meal, breakfast, dinner, lunch, any which way, I would say it's got about 17 grams of carbohydrates. Just for calculation's sake, I'm going to make it 20 and divide it into two equal halves. 10 grams of those carbohydrates come from sugar, 10 grams is miscellaneous. So if you do the math, 40 grams of carbs in the P90X guide is one serving of carbohydrate. So 10 grams comes to 1/4 carb. And the other 9 or 10 grams is sugar. The source is fruits. Now, one fruit is about anywhere between 25 to 30 grams depending on the fruit that you take. But on an average, even if we take it 30 grams, 9 grams comes to about 1/3 of a fruit. So I would count it as 1/3 of a fruit. So if you have, this is a protein block, you can check off one block. If it's a carb block, you check off 1/4 of the block. And if we have a fruit block, one-third of a fruit. So it's 1/4 carb, 1 protein, 1/3 fruit. Okay, so that explains the P90X part. You can use the same logic towards Body Beast as well. So there you go. You have the calculation now, and if you read the Body Beast nutrition guide, you will realize that the logic more or less will be the same. You can use the same logic towards Body Beast and get your nutrition set. It's 70 ingredients, more than 70 ingredients. It's difficult to account for each and every ingredient. Easiest thing would be to count it as a snack. Get rid of all the block system. Take care of it in MyFitnessPal. If you're trying to keep your fruit intake to 1 per day, 1/3 of a fruit is not going to really impact that much, because even if you account for an apple, what do you know? The apple is slightly bigger in size. 1/3 is nothing. So my recommendation is to go with the snack portion of it instead of counting blocks. Many places I've seen, they talk about counting it as one full portion of carb, which to me is not a good idea. You will end up under eating, because if you count it as one part carb, you don't have any other option throughout the day to eat anything else much. Like I said, 20 grams of carbs is not one block. Even if you would want to take a ballpark figure, count it as half a block. If you don't want to get into these details, if you don't want to count it as 1/4 carb, 1/3 fruit, don't want to get into such minute details, just half a carb is fine. But I just wanted to throw this logic out there. Now you can use this logic towards your other workout programs, other nutrition guides, or whatever it is that you may be doing. That's it. Take care. God bless.